Hey everyone, and welcome back in. This week's special guest is a comedian straight out of Chicago, Kyrie the comic. Kyrie and I met during the production of our short film called Socks on Concrete, which we talk about during this episode. Kyrie and I also started a conversation about our shared experiences moving away from home and having to move back, which is where this episode picks up. You'll notice that this conversation started well before the camera started rolling, and we just let the conversation flow naturally. Kyrie and I dive in on deep topics, specifically talking about the creative scene here in Chicago and the power of community. Hope you guys enjoy.
The beauty in community is you have eyes on you that you don't know, and they get to take and go and do great things. Even if I don't know they took it, right? Even if I don't know that they needed it, it's here, right? I went through it so that somebody in the community wouldn't have to. And I think that that is beautiful for people to be able to tap in. They learn something and they go off and they do right and they do it better. Man, this is the start, bro. This is the community. Ancestors used to sit around in circles and talk about these things. We don't necessarily sit in circles no more, but we still got to talk about them. It took me a while to see. It's like, yo, I'm not gonna do this. I'm gonna do this because this person watching me, and I knew them for years. But then, like, my mentor had to sit me down and was like, yo, what was they doing 4 years ago? I was like, they doing X, Y, Z. And then 3 years ago, oh, they was still, and damn, they still doing that now. And then it dawned on me, like, people can have feelings about what you're doing. But if their feelings ain't strong enough to power their life into another level, then their feelings ain't powerful enough to make me feel away.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Like, cause if they feelings was real, everybody around them would get the move. You know what I'm saying? They family would listen to them. Their friends would listen. Their kids wouldn't call them by their first name. That ain't the situation.
Nah, that's facts. And they would probably be in a better position and not even judging what the fuck you doing or what you got going on in your life.
Oh boy, I'll give you one that she just gave me, cause she's just an amazing mentor. She hop on the phone with me. It don't matter what she got going on. She always hop on the phone with me and just chop it. Like when I would think about people, and I'm like, man, Joe, what about so and so? You ever think like, damn, maybe they look at me and are more motivated and moved by the way I'm moving? Even though we like, yo, I don't want to fail and move back because they're gonna be looking at me, think whatever. But like, dog, even my mama had to tell me like, yo, you already won. You already made me proud. And a lot of times that shit take the weight off our shoulders, bro. Cause we black men, we feel the weight of everything, gang. We still gotta provide in a world that don't want us to even live, nigga. You know how crazy it is?
Yeah.
I am attempting to provide a lifestyle for people I love in a world that kind of don't want me here. And they remind me daily.
And would do anything to break you down and get you up out of here.
In a heartbeat, bro. And that's why I'm looking at all this shit way different, bro. Because as much as like that shit, those step backs fell away, the way it catapults you, bro, it's amazing. Like my home, like she's telling me, she's like, boy, people go back to the crib and they give up. When you go back to the crib, you're not giving up. I mean, you got some heart that even a motherfucker who never had to go back to the crib, they heart never even been tested.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what I'm saying, dog? You finna come out this motherfucker tested and respected. Because at the end of the day, motherfucker can't tell you shit. They can't tell you shit because you don't give up.
Hell yeah.
They like that.
Man, I needed that. I ain't gonna lie, I needed that.
Shit, bro, we all be needing that shit, man. I got a background in motivational speeches. So shit, I used to do motivational speaking around the world and shit. And like, that was one of the things that used to fuck me up. Like, yo, you go around the world, but you can't change your crib. Like, you can't change the hood a little bit. So that's one of the reasons why I'm like, yo, I'm in the hood to God tell me to leave, because shit, I want to see more of us supporting each other in whatever art or whatever field. I don't give a fuck if you're a scientist. Kill that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, so many people will leave a spot and for good reasons they don't come back. You know how Chicago get. We rob a motherfucker. We flame a motherfucker. We don't support you until some big name say we support you. You know what I'm saying? You like, damn, you know, why the fuck people trying to fuck with my baby mama? Like, it just be a million things going on in the crib. And that does not take away from your value. It don't take away from your potential. And it don't take away from how your community still needs you, which is the most weirdest dichotomy I'm still dealing with. Like, people in the hood love me, but you know, you still have to move a certain way because the love could switch up. And with that switching up, that don't change the fact that the hood need role models. The hood need mentors. The hood just need positive black men. So it's like, fuck, as much as I get pushed, I know that my calling is to be helping the people here. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
fucked up part, man.
Nah, that's fast. And the biggest thing I feel like is community. You know what I mean? And especially like in Chicago, like there's so much fucking talent here that like, and it's one of those, and I feel like it's one of those places where it's like so many people are so talented, but they let a lot of things hold them back because of like jealousy and like all this other shit. And it's like, bro, just come together. You know what I'm saying? Like you creative, I'm creative. Let's make some shit happen. Let's do it. You know what I'm saying? It's so much like jealousy and all this other shit. And it's like, bro, let's just be united. Cause I feel like that's part of the reason why, cause you look at like these creative places, you got like Atlanta, LA, New York. Chicago is up there, but they don't get talked about a lot. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's part of the reason why.
And honestly, it's that crab in the barrel. That's why we be
Yep.
so quick to talk down on our superstars, our leaders, our talent that come from the city. Or we'd be like, oh man, Shorty switched up. Shorty better had fucking switched up. That's the
Facts.
stupidest shit in a million. What? You get $1,000,000 and you still move like you got 100 in your pocket? You fucking crackhead. You better move different because that was the whole point. Like, can you imagine going through all that shit and saying, I didn't grow, I didn't change? You fucking cluck. That was the whole point. If anything, just stay true to who you are on the inside and stay true to your community and your people. Everything else, I ain't tripping on.
Hell
I'm
no.
back with the blonde mohawk, you know what I'm saying, a lip piercing, and a tattoo that say Thug Life on your neck. Motherfucker don't know what you doing. As long as you in the hood doing good, we ain't tripping on it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's where we are at as a people, bro. Like, we done lost so many people that go off around the world, bro. They go back, they go to Atlanta, they go to LA, they go to these different places, and it's like, shit, you could probably inspire a little girl here. You know what I'm saying? Shit, you could probably lead an initiative that make people fucking pay teachers more. I don't fucking know. But the potential is endless. And what we're looking at, I got a background in community stuff. So we're looking at like leakage. Chicago is culturally rich, but because we are culturally rich, people take and we have nothing left. So people take and take and take, and even people leave and leave and leave, but then we're left feeling almost barren. You know what I mean? Like where's
Mhm.
the where's the reoccurring TV show that's filming here other than like The Shy? You know what I'm saying? Let's be like, look, come on, dog. Like, yeah, y'all got The Bear. We only good for 2 shows. I'll do you another
Yeah.
one. What's up with music? When the last time you heard a musician come out of the city and bring in other musicians from around the city? And I'm not, I love Cyber Pivot and the stuff that bro be doing. I love that, but like at one point, Chicago had Chief Keef, Dirk, Lil Reese, all these different people, Fredo Santana, all these different people all around the city, while still having the OGs of Common, Kanye, all these people that's still putting out music. It is not like that right now. And like, I don't know if you remember. I remember at one point, bro, Joe Freshgoods was coming off of collabs with like the White Sox, etc. Hebrew Bentley was doing all type of exhibits around the world, and it felt like we did not bring all of the arts together. I think that it's so important. Like I just watched a video for I think it was Vay Lee from Chicago, the rapper from Chicago, and that's what we need. That's what we need. I didn't even know he would really direct music videos, but he did for bro. And I'm like, yo, that's the energy. You know what I'm saying? I want to see Chance get involved with film in the city. You know what I'm saying? I want to
Hell
see
yeah.
Lena Waithe support a musician that she rock with. It not like just off the strength of it's Chicago. What the sound clip say? It's Chicago, nigga.
Yeah.
Like Joe. I just think that if we are not feeding ourselves the things that we're rich of, they kind of just rinse away. And if we're
Mhm.
not good at like pulling each other in and building on the culture that we already got, we'll deplete ourselves in a heartbeat, bro. Everybody be off in a condo in another city, happy that they're not getting shot at or robbed. Man, so I just be, now that I'm in the city, it's like, yo, I'm gonna soak it up. Cause I like to consider myself to be like a comedian of the people. Like, that's one of the reasons I don't have to go up on stage and worry about like, man, I hope a motherfucker don't want to fight me afterwards. It was all love when I pulled up. I'm gonna talk my shit, but it was still out of love. So I never have to worry about certain things happening because when I pulled up, it was out of love. Shit.
Yep.
God, the only reason I was even here. So shit, everything about this shit love. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah. Nah, that's facts. And I like you the perfect person for that too. You know what I'm saying? I feel like everybody love Kyrie, man. That's
Man,
nothing but love.
I appreciate that, bro. It wasn't always like that shit. I remember I told her if I want to be a comedian and she laughed at me. and not in a good way. that shit be different, Joe, because one of the things you gotta realize is like when people love you, they love you the way they know how. But if they was never taught, but if they never seen, they never experienced the love better than what they're given, you gotta give them that space and grace, is what I like to say. Like,
Yeah,
hey,
that's
you don't even know that your love is not up to my part of what I do for me. So your
mm,
love is missing every time because my shit for me is up here. But it's only missing because you never experienced a motherfucker really love you. You never seen it. I'm gonna give you space and grace. And if you want, I could teach you just by watching how I do me. And you always, you know what I'm saying, meet me there. And that shit, bro, that shit changed my whole everything. Just understanding like, hey, they doing wrong because they don't know how to do right. Don't mean I need to give you access to me. It just means I need to play this situation smart, right? Imagine I get all emotionally tied up into people and they don't even support their own blood. They don't support their own friends. Why would I want them to support me? 9 times out of 10, they
yeah,
not. They're not
because they
supportive of
can't.
the people. Because they fucking can't, bro. Some people literally cannot show up. And it's not that they're a bad person, but that does not mean that you give them access to you to just do you wrong. You know what I mean? Because sometimes you
Yeah,
give a person space, ain't no ill will. You just a little bit of a fuckhead. So I can't keep you around, but I know that you like that because of how we were reared. Still love you though. You know what I'm saying? That's the jam because you don't know if it's from the front of the brain or the back. You like, hey, is you doing that on purpose or you don't know that you're doing that? Either way, that shit unacceptable though. Like some of these people will never ever know what it feels like to put in months for something and then get a good outcome. Some of these people, don't go anywhere, unless they get like a special invite, unless Beyonce coming to town. Then they don't need no fucking special invite. So it's like you're going against so many things, and that's why I like the book, the Four Agreements, because like, yo, that has nothing to do with me. The way people show up in their life has nothing to do with me, but it is indicative of how they move. You know what I mean? Like that don't change my value. I still think I'm amazing and I'm gonna blow. Fuck all that shit.
facts. It'd be one of those situations where it's like whatever thing that they do, it says more about them than it do about you. You know, like it ain't personal. At the end of the
It's
day,
not personal at all. A lot of people be projecting, Joe. I mean,
facts.
now that you back in the city, you gonna know what it's like. Cause if you talk, people will tell you what you want. You just gotta listen. They'll tell you
Yep.
what you want to know. Whether you want to know how they feel about you, you want to know, just listen.
Yep.
People
Facts. They'll
expect,
know it. They'll tell you
man,
exactly. I learned that shit a long ass time ago too. And I always like, I don't know if it's a saying that people have said, but I always had this saying where it was like, if you listen, people gonna tell you exactly who they are.
that's
Like,
my girl Maya
and
Angelou.
believe
She
them.
said when people tell you who they are the first time, believe them, Joe.
Yep.
Man, yeah, I ain't had to hear too many slick ass comments. Like when I went off to school, and people was like, "Oh, college boy back." You ain't got to do that shit too many times. I know the vibe. Or I
Yep.
come back, the motherfucker, oh, Kyrie acting Hollywood. I ain't gonna be around. I know the vibe. You know what I'm saying? Or people be like, "Oh man, I told you that LA shit stupid." Oh man, I know this vibe. Yeah, I'm not gonna be around for that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because these are the same people who never dream out loud, let alone chase their dream in front of people.
Hell no. And they was
Hell
hating the
no.
whole time you was out there too. I
Bro,
bet they was
your
just praying
light
on the
can
downfall.
embarrass other people, bro. Just by you being you and trying the hardest, staying that night, that can wake up the demon in another person. They like, Joe, I don't like this motherfucker. He think he better than. Ain't nobody say shit, bro. What you mean?
Mm.
You getting bigger can make people feel smaller. You know what I'm saying? And that ain't got nothing to do with you. That's all on them. But they'll project that shit, and you just gotta have the eyes and ears to read that. Like, oh, you a hater. Fuck you talking about? You a hater. That ain't got nothing to do with me. And you know what I'm saying? It's so important that us as creators, we just use our energy right. Shit. If we know somebody hating, we gotta keep it kosher, move around a certain way, not allow that negativity to enter our whole situation.
Yeah, that's fast. That's what I'm learning right now too, because for the longest time I used to react to everything, bro. And it's like I'm at a point now where it's like, bro, not everything deserves a reaction. Cause most of the time people just doing that shit just to knock you out your spot. They want to see you down like them. And it's like you
Dog,
start thinking about shit, you're like, man, I got so much shit going on. I like, why am I jeopardizing this for somebody who all they doing is hating? You know what I mean?
they'll
Like,
trick you out your spot, Joe. They'll trick you out your
facts.
spot in a heartbeat. Just to tell another motherfucker, see, I told you, motherfuckers' dreams don't work out. Like, a
Mm,
lot of people be having other shit going on, Joe. That's why, hey, I give a motherfucker space and grace, and then I got to move on, bro, because I can't get caught up in other people's karma and get caught up in the dogma that's around me because people you tell them you got goals and they like, oh, word. On the bright side, you could get some real love and support.
That's facts. I heard this quote by Steve Harvey. And he said, "You want to kill a dream." He said, "Tell a big dream to a small minded person." He said, "Your dreams will die like that."
Joe, that shit's
Like
so real.
facts, facts. That's
Tell me
why,
that
like,
shit's so real.
even with this podcast, bro, I really ain't. I ain't say shit to people. Like, obviously, the people that I bring on, I share it up. But like outside of that, y'all just gonna have to see it, bro. Like, I'm one of the people that like I don't announce anything. I just show the results.
And that's why I'm getting more into. Like, man, if I can have it my way, bro, everything will be a pop up. Everybody will get an email or a text, day of, night before. Cause I'm not even into like having a lot of like, I believe in like evil eye. Some people watch your shit and they just be a monitoring spirit, bro. They not here
Yeah,
to wish you well. They here to secretly hate and wish you the worst. But they won't do it
yeah,
aloud. So they just want to watch. And they don't want to say nothing. They just want to see. They don't want to actually come, but shit, send an invite. What? It be a lot of sick shit going on out here energetically, man. And you got to keep yourself covered, dog. You got to keep yourself covered out here because these people,
got to.
man, bro, they just want to put the poison in you. They want to put the doubt in you that they got in them. They can't get rid of it. They like, fuck, here, have some. You like, no. They like, no, take some. No, bro, believe in myself. I don't got time for this.
Facts, facts. I'm so like, and I think it's like a quiet confidence because before I used to be like, real nervous and shit to say shit, but now I'm like, bro, I just do shit now. Like, I'm not scared to do shit now. Like with this podcast, bro, I never done a podcast before, but I had this idea, and it was an idea that wasn't going away. I was like, fuck, like I need to do this, so now I'm doing it. You know what I mean? Same thing when I started everything. When I started writing, when I started photography, everything. Like I wasn't saying anything. Still, I think there's still people to this day that don't know that I write for film. Like, cause I
That's
was just
crazy.
so, yeah, cause I was just so
They
like,
gonna think when they see socks on concrete drop. What the hell?
it's gonna
What
blow
the
their
hell?
minds. It's gonna blow their minds. I remember it was probably maybe like a year ago. I had submitted a screenplay into this festival or this competition, and it was in Toronto, and I needed to get my
The TIFF?
passport and shit.
Was
And I
it
was
TIFF?
talking.
Toronto International
No,
Film Festival?
it was called like widescreen film and something festival or something like that. It was in Toronto last year. But I was telling my mom about it and shit, and she was like, "What?" She was like, "Wait, you write?" I was like, "Yeah, I submitted this screenplay, like, and it got selected, and like I got to go to this award show in Toronto. I need to get my passport and shit." She was blown away. She's like, "Why didn't you ever tell me?" I don't know.
That's wrong. That's wrong as
Hell
hell,
yeah,
Joe. How's Toronto for you?
bro. I couldn't even go, bro. I couldn't get my passport in time.
You
I
alive? Just
know I
get it
was
expedited,
sick.
dog.
Huh?
You can get your passport expedited.
I didn't know that at the time. Like I found out
What the
after, like
fuck?
there's this place. I know, bro. I fucked up. I fucked up. I found out after from this shorty. There's like this place in Dallas. She was like, "Yeah, you can go get your passport, and it takes like 2 hours." And I was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
See, that's
it
the
couldn't
power of
get it in
community.
time.
You put that out there, motherfucker, help you get the resources you need. I ain't gonna lie to you, Joe. Toronto, we down there driving through that motherfucker. We gonna pull up about that, Joe.
Nah,
Yeah.
I literally thought about it too, and they were like, I was talking to somebody. I was like, "Fuck it, man. I'm just gonna take a flight, probably like to New York or maybe Chicago or something, and just drive to that bitch or something." They're like, "Well, how you gonna get back?" I was like, "Shit, I mean, I got a ID." That like, "No, you need a passport to get back." I'm like, man, I literally thought about
I
it
ain't
too.
gonna
I was
lie,
like,
Joe.
man,
I
I'll
be
just drive
thinking.
there.
I thought of that shit Jay-Z be talking about, like, don't listen to people scared. As somebody, bro, my family can tell you I travel and get stuck places. It happened multiple times. Like even during the pandemic, remember they was changing the rules? I left while the rules was changing and they changed on me while I was in another country. So
Shit,
I was technically never supposed to get back. Like we was gonna catch a flight to a spot close enough in Mexico. A nigga gonna catch a bus and then motherfuckers I was gonna come across like I didn't fucking belong here, gang. But like you gotta shoot your shot, bro. Like even when my first time in Toronto, I got my passport expedited. Shoot the shot, bro. Nobody in my fucking family knew nothing about that shit. Shoot your shot. The only reason I even knew was I called the people and I was like, hey, I don't got no passport. I don't know shit about that. My mama don't got one. My grandma don't got one. Put me on gang. What's to the shit? But you know, that should be a little different because a lot of people don't always like, because that's a level of vulnerability I think I got from comedy. Like, I don't mind telling people real fucked up shit. It is what it is. It ain't what it ain't.
Right.
Man,
Nah,
Joe,
I
putting
need to.
yourself in that position.
That's yeah. Nah, that's what
You're
I need to
a writer.
do
You
too.
vulnerable.
Me?
Yeah, you're a writer. You got to be vulnerable.
Well, yeah, I can get vulnerable. I can get real vulnerable, but it comes out in a different way. You know what I mean? So it's like, because for me, I think one of the things I think why I'm such a good writer is because I'm a pretty bad speaker. I feel like, I be stuttering, I be fucking losing my train of thought, I be forgetting what the fuck, like all this shit. But it was like when writing is just becoming, be flowing. But like talking and like projecting and like thinking about what I got to say and shit like that, like I'll get like caught up and probably forget what I was even,
But shit, honestly, I've heard that before because I was more of a speaker before I started to write more. But
Mm.
I had a professor actually put me on game. She was like, just record what you're speaking and then type it. And I was like, so all you got to do is just write what you want to say and then practice saying it. Like, it's certain things, like being able to speak with your hands, not too much, you know what I mean? Not too little. Posture, eye contact, for sure being able to breathe and talk through things. But if you can write it, bro, you can say it. You just got to practice the way you do with writing. Like, I just had a no comeback for a competition in Toronto. No, not in Toronto. Just for laughs. So I sent like a write up. I don't know what you call it when you send like the treatment, the characters, the log line,
Like a
all of those
synopsis.
whole synopsis. I sent that up there, and they was fucking with it, but I didn't make it to the next round. And my feelings hurt because they fucking put my agency on the CC. I was like, don't fucking tell my agency I didn't make it. Why the fuck
Yeah,
would you tell them people? Why you
telling
put
on
them
me and
people
shit.
in my business? And like a nigga feelings was hurt. But I was talking to a film director down here in Chicago, and I told him the synopsis. He was like, "Hey, that's fucking hilarious." I was like, "Fuck yeah, bro! I'm gonna make it a short film, but I need resources, and I don't know if they're gonna fuck with me." He was like, "Yo, if they don't pick it up, yeah, my team will film that shit." And so just like that, it's snowballing because the next round was supposed to be the 35 pages that you send in. So I'm losing motivation. I'm like, "Oh fuck, I'm gonna write this 35 pages for if y'all not even gonna take it." But now that I realize, like, just because they don't take it, don't mean it don't need to be made. It
Facts.
has to be made, even if they won't take it. So now I'm like, fuck it. All right, God, let's do it. I wrote on Facebook, like, man, I'm feeling this way. Somebody commented, like, hey, no, fuck that. Make the movie yourself. I'm like, God damn.
Mm-hmm.
But you get pushed, like I said, you get pushed so much that it's like, it's pulling you now. It's pulling me into this world. Like, I used to tell motherfuckers I wanted to make film when I was just a PA, and they'd be like, go get the coffee. Man, it'd be real fucking brutal, bro. That's why you gotta, like, that faith you talk about. You have to believe it got to be up there with the level of whatever religious or spiritual belief you have, because it has to not make sense. There's nothing logical to think that you're one of millions and you are one of the ones. There's nothing logical about that. But if you have the type of faith, like faith of a mustard seed type shit, you know what I'm saying? Where like I actually don't need confirmation from nothing worldly because it's all in here or it's all in here. I never needed somebody worldly of this world to give me something worldly to certify something that feels spiritual for me. It doesn't make sense. So I think it's really just everything is just shifting. Shit, like I didn't always think like this, but as time grows and I look around and I'm like, oh shit, some of the same people that had more critiques than accolades are still critiquing with no accolades.
Cause still right, still in the same place, doing the same shit.
And that's
And
why
that's what I seen too when I came back. I'm like, what? People going to the same, you be seeing people at the same bars, hanging the same people, like, damn, ain't nobody want to grow. Don't nobody want to do anything.
you know how scary growth is. Growth scary than a motherfucker, dog. I had to talk before I moved to LA, like a spiritual talk. I don't know if it was a God or with a tree, but I was sitting by the window and I was talking, and the voice told me, like, yo, when people lose or they feel like they sacrifice their friends, it's not like some type of fucking blood contract. A lot of times is you love yourself in a way that people who used to benefit from you not having boundaries can't be around them. You start building boundaries and people actually they ate or they were up because you had no boundaries, why the fuck would they
Yeah.
want to be around, gang? You was a stain. You was the person I could trauma dump on. You was the person I could ask for $20. I didn't give you the 10 I owed you last time. People depend on that version of you, unfucking fortunate. It's some people that in order to get where they going, they need you to be lesser. And you got to get the people to fuck away from you. And it don't matter what relationship title. It don't matter what hey, get them the fuck away because they won't let you build up your boundaries and build you because they benefit from you not being the best you. Oh, you got to get the fuck away from them.
Facts, bro. Facts.
You'll see it. Like if you ever start giving yourself boundaries, people be like, what? You never did that. I guess. I fucking guess. Yeah, it'd be crazy. It'd be fucking crazy, bro. But it's so important to just find different ways to continue to love yourself while you're doing this shit. And then you start to ripple. Before the universe can like catch your vibe and send it back to you, you got to keep pumping that shit out. You know what I'm saying? Like I was looking at that shit with not Jordan Peele, fucking Ryan Coogler. I'm like, man, bro, we've been running that pick and roll with Michael B for some time. And now that motherfucker had a $300 million original piece. And I don't know, you understand how important that is for it to be an original IP. Like,
Hell
what
yeah.
the fuck? That's $300 million for
Hell
original
yeah.
IP in this economy? Jesus Christ. That's
Bro, hell
unheard.
yeah. And especially his, that being his first original film, you know what I'm saying? It just proves because everybody, like, I remember I had got into it on Threads one time, bro. I called Ryan Coogler the GOAT, right? And this nigga like, whoa, bump your brakes, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, what are you talking about? He was like, he's only had one original film, blah, blah, blah. And this was like, I think the week it came out.
Motherfucking
Like, I said what
haters.
I said. What the fuck are you talking about? Like,
Bro, do
300
you
mil,
know
first original film, like his first film, Fruitvale Station, blew up, classic. Creed, like Creed to this day is still one of is in my top three. Like, and then I mean we all saw Black Panther, of course. That
my God. I went and
went
saw that shit like 3 times in the
ridiculous.
movie theater, boy.
Yeah.
The way Killmonger was talking to me, I'm like, bro, that's me. Killmonger is me. I've been wanting to steal
Yep.
our artifacts out of these people's museums. That's me. That's me. That shit too real, bro. That motherfucker. Who was that? John Oliver said the biggest crime scene in the world is at a museum in the UK. Because why the fuck
Bro,
do you
I
have all these
should.
artifacts from around the world, bro? You're a fucking thief. Go give this
Right.
shit back.
Yep.
That
And
shit
that's
real,
exactly
bro.
what he said too in the film.
Yeah.
Fact, bro.
That's why I
So
be
much truth
watching.
in that film.
Oh, it be truth in all his films. Like even the Irish guy that was a vampire.
Yeah.
I want to have a real talk with the black community because the shit he said was very accurate. We didn't
Very.
get freedom, gang. We are better off working in communities like that. I'm not saying niggas need to be vampires, but we do need a community of non-racist people working together to make some shit shake because man, it ain't shaking. And I like Ryan Coogler for that. Like you pick your guy, y'all rock out, you delivering messages for your people, whether it be through Sinners, through Fruitvale, through Black Panther, through whatever, through Creed, the trilogy. There was a third
Yep.
one, no? Is that the one
Yeah,
when they
there's
brought
three.
in? Is that when they brought in my boy Jonathan?
Yep. Yep.
Man, yeah, that
He
motherfucker
did
he acted his
Ryan.
ass off.
No, facts. Ryan Coogler, he started the Creed, so he directed and wrote the first Creed, and then he didn't do the second or third one,
What?
but I think he produced them, but he didn't write or direct those ones. Second one was Stephen Caple Jr., and then the third one was Michael B. Jordan.
Interesting. That
Mm-hmm.
way, but shit, low key, that's that love though, because that shit is Michael B. I think that's Michael B. only one, I think,
Only
that
a
made
direct,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think that,
I
yep,
saw
because
him on the
that was his
list.
directorial debut.
I saw him on the list of the black directors. I'm like, this motherfucker smart. He's smart, Joe. I like that shit. But
Yep.
that companionship, that camaraderie, when Ryan Coogler talk, he sound Oakland as fuck. Make
That's
me
boy.
miss my accent. The Oakland accent is unlike anything else in the world. But uh that ability to not have to code switch. I don't gotta talk a
Mm-hmm.
certain way to be a genius. And I'm still very much so a genius that can create and guide and do all that dope ass shit for my people. So hell yeah, I'm
Yep.
finna say finna. I'm finna say finna all the motherfucking time.
Hell yeah, bro. And that's why I love Ryan Coogler so much, bro. Like, and I don't know if I said, but like Ryan Coogler is the reason I got into film, bro. It's the whole reason I became a
What?
screenwriter. Facts, bro. Like, Fruitvale Station was the first screenplay I ever seen. Like, in my life. First screenplay. So I remember watching the film and it just being like one of those films that was like when it ended, I couldn't stop thinking about this shit. I'm like, man, who the fuck directed this? You know what I'm saying? So I look it up, and I think it was around that time because I didn't see it, like right when it came out. It was probably like some years after it came out or whatever. But it was around the time I think Creed was coming out or it was already out. I went to go see that, and I was like, "Bro, this shit's fucking amazing. It's the same dude that did this." I'm like, "Oh no, I need to find out who the fuck did like." So then, like, I started, doing my research, watching, interviews and all this other shit about him, and I'm like, this nigga, he Oakland for real, like he don't code switch or nothing. I'm like, this dude cold. Who the fuck,
Bro,
like?
that shit wrong.
He look and sound just like us, and he a genius, not switching up anything in front of these white folks, right? And there was an interview I remember him talking about the first time he ever read a screenplay, and that's where I really was like, "The fuck is a screenplay?" Because he was telling the in the interview like I think the first one he ever wrote or saw was like Pulp Fiction. So he said he popped in. There was that back then it was like a DVR or a DVD or something. He popped it in and read it or whatever. So when he said that, I went and I looked up Fruitvale Station, popped up right there. I'm like, oh, this is a screenplay. But I love the formats of screenplays because like books, bro, the word it like it's too much, the words is too small. Like I can never focus. But screenplays, like just the format of it, it's spaced out and it's like I can read, like I'll read screenplays all day.
But
Like
also
books,
they
I
give you
can't.
action. You know what I mean? Like they'll tell you like
Yeah.
this is happening. And I
Yep.
think it does a better job of setting the scene for the way that our mind works. Like, yo, before we get
Yep.
into this fucking dialogue, tell me where we at. What are the people doing? What do they look like? You know what I mean? So that we can draw that in our head. Meanwhile, you might open a book and be like, John, I'm sick of your shit. And it's like, oh, who's sick of John's shit? Who, you know what I mean? Is John always doing it? What
Right.
does John look like? What?
Who is John? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. And that's one thing I loved about it because it was so simple. And like the way my mind works, I'm such a like a visual person. Like I can read something and put it in like picture it in my head. So it's like I'll read the words and I can see the shit like in front of me type, you know what I mean? So I think that's when I really fell in love with screenwriting and been doing it ever since.
Beautiful,
But
dog.
yeah, right. But that's why like when people ask like, your favorite directors and shit like that, it's like Ryan Coogler and then like everybody else. It's like Ryan Coogler's up here and then like my top three starts fucking down here.
Man, bro, and I was having this talk. I forgot who it was with because I'm a huge John Singleton fan, like fucking
Yeah.
huge. I've been like that for a while because fucking Boys in the Hood was always so dope to me, and like
Mm-hmm.
I could go through the rest of his work, but like there's a scene in Boys in the Hood where they talk about gentrification, and it made my brain click. And I was like, wait, you could put this type of information in movies where you shoot and kill people? You can tell people about gentrification in a movie about the hood where people was like shooting dice and shit. Oh, shit. And so now I be looking at the shit differently and I look at like what people like a Spike Lee or a John Singleton did to the people who they worked with. John Singleton make a motherfucker career. We know what the fuck Spike did for Denzel and what he did for Samuel L. Jackson. Now we have to enter that brother in the GOAT talk because of what he did with Michael B. Jordan. Michael B. Jordan
Yep.
career rivals all them people that we done talked about, gang. And
Yeah.
he did it in a way that was very lucrative because Spike is more grassroots in my opinion. Spike was in this motherfucker doing crowdfunding. He going knocking on doors. Michael Jordan and Magic Johnson them gave him some bread for some projects before. I think it was Malcolm X. So like he's more of a crowd funding grassroots. Singleton is just this a higher learning making ass, just intellectual, just over fucking deep. And I think that Ryan is a mix of both.
Yeah.
Because
Hell yeah, I can
bro
see
is
that.
playing, yeah, he playing with big budgets when you making movies for Disney. You know what I'm saying? When you in a seat
Yeah.
when you can say, hey, actually, I need these
That's
rights
your
back to this
third one.
IP in 25 years, I'm gonna get this back. And they like, all right, yeah, we'll give it to what the fuck? Like being in one of his movies, bro, I kid you not, it's like being in a Spike Lee movie in the 90s. Nigga, this shit finna get different for you.
Yeah.
The main brother from us is Sammy and Sinners. They already asked his ass what superhero you wanna be. Oh, fuck.
That's it's the magic of Ryan Coogler, bro. And what's crazy is it's not even just if you think about it, bro, because I'd be so invested in like his work and shit and who he be working with, bro. It's not even just Michael B, bro. His composer, what's his name?
Cause
You know what
the
I'm talking about?
composer daddy used to do
Ludwig.
music too. Ludwig daddy did it too though, right? Ain't Love with like
Yeah,
Legacy because his
he was
daddy
in
I think
music.
used to compose.
Yeah, I think so. I know he did music. I don't know if he composed, but I know he definitely did music. So, but probably, but like if you him, bro, he's got to be in a Go Talk too. This man, he done did shit for the Mandalorian. He done did shit for um Oppenheimer, and when I think he won. I think he won some awards too. See, and that's what I'm saying. Like building that team, bro. Because Ryan Coogler, he got a team, bro. Like every one of his films, it's always the same people. It's always this. Like he got a team.
But bro, you know, I witnessed this shit in other communities and other cultures. You know, I used to watch Adam Sandler a lot growing up, and I'm like, damn, he put his homies in his movies, and then his homies go off and they make Deuce Bigelow, or you know, they go off and become fucking, you know, something big. Example, Seth Rogen. I'm on set for them. They use the people from big movies when they do community projects because if you rock with the community, then hell, you know what I mean. And so
Yeah,
it just makes
I'm
more
right with
sense
you.
that way. But I'm also watching him bring in his homies in multiple movies, whether it be Craig Robinson or fucking Paul Rudd. Now Paul Rudd is in a fucking is an Avenger. It's like, you know, that pick and roll, that camaraderie, that community. Like honestly,
Yeah,
in my opinion, I think that's what you and J Rock did when y'all started Socks on Concrete, and the idea of us ever working together, that camaraderie comes in and it bleeds through from not just the cast but the crew. If the people in pre-production fuck with the people doing production, and the people doing production fuck with people in post-production, we're a big ass happy ass family that can go off and make other shit and then pull other people into our projects, right? And that's what
yeah.
the shit was all about, bro. That's how, you know, so
Mm-hmm.
much success comes from these really good ass creators because they putting people in positions to put people in position.
Yep. Yep. That's exactly, and that's crazy you say that too, because we literally had that conversation before we even like casted anybody and shit. Like we was writing it, we was like, bro, because we reading the script and like, and we you know sending it out to some people and like getting some opinions and shit. And they're like, bro, you don't even know this shit gonna be, it's gonna be something. And we like, you know, yeah, like yeah, it's good, but yeah. And then like we started getting audition tapes, and then like people like reading the lines, even at the table reads. We're like, shit, J Rock, like I'm like, bro, because he's sending me like audition tapes and shit. I'm like, yo, who the fuck is it? Like, yo, they are dope, bro. Like, they are cold. What the fuck?
You know,
He
it's
like, yeah, bro.
crazy. Y'all project was so special. Y'all don't even know, bro. So y'all project with Socks on Concrete, when I sent in the audition, that was the first time I ever sent in an audition and people hit me back like, man, you too old for that role, but if you want to try this, and I was like, fuck it, let's try that. Let's try that role. And the fact that y'all was rocking with it, I was like, all right, you know, we're gonna do the damn thing. And
Yeah,
like for us to record and like people on set was laughing like that shit felt amazing, bro. Because like for J Rock that tell people like don't laugh at Kyrie, that shit that's good. I want to make the director and producers pissed because people keep fucking laughing. You know, in comedy, we call that shit like when you comedic acting, like, can you break somebody? Like if you doing
yeah,
improv or something and I make you break your, that's what I want to do. That's what like Martin and fucking what that Tommy Davis used to do when he used to come on that bitch on the Martin show. They used to try to break each other. And like,
right character. Yeah,
yeah, so like that's why I'm like, yo, this feels real good. So when people were like, yo, we love it. I'm like, yo, y'all gotta love the casting because this role wasn't even supposed to be here, gang. They saw me audition for something and was like, no, but shit, we could write you in here for this and still
yeah,
trusted me to improv certain parts.
yeah,
That shit, that's why I I talk about part two and it ain't even done yet because I know what this shit is. This wasn't even supposed to be. Bro, we had people in the movie that don't even live in the state. That's uncommon as fuck. But you know what I mean?
yeah,
That is big, and I can't wait to pop shit once this joint drop because y'all did y'all big one. Because yes, I'm a comedian, but like, professionalism goes into that. You know, my ability to network goes into that. My ability to write goes into that. You might only
mm,
see me perform, but I had to write those things. I kudos to you and J Rock for doing the stuff before the greatness, right? But behind the greatness, which is casting, doing right by people, shit like that, thinking and coming up with ways to make shit work. Some shit go left, gotta figure out a way to make it go right. Those are the things that, you know, these brothers that we mentioned already have done and are doing, but y'all are doing it is just waiting on that light. Because whenever that light
Yeah.
shine, that shit's gonna be it's a machine at this point, bro. You know,
Nah, we
outside of just
appreciate that.
the on camera shit, bro, y'all have a whole other situation now behind. Whether that be the hands and the crew, or whether it be an editor, or you know what I'm saying, somebody to color it or do whatever. So kudos to y'all, man, because shit, that's a part of my journey now. So now when I be popping shit, I'm like, Joe, I remember I did an audition and they didn't even have a role. They hired me, folks.
Nah, that's crazy. I appreciate that, bro. For real, for real. Appreciate that. And I was just gonna say that too. Like your role, it wasn't even in the original script. I didn't know if you knew or not. I was like, yeah, it wasn't even in the script.
Nope.
I was in the I was working on this. J Rock had hit me one day. He was like, "Hey, one of my homies, he auditioned for the role, or he auditioned. You think we can like fit him in somehow?" And I was like, "Yeah, like let me see what I can do." And then that's how he came up with like a. He's like, "I was thinking maybe we do like a security guard or something at like the rink or something like that." And I was like, "Yeah, let me come up with something." And he was like, "He a comedian, shit." Yeah, he sent me your page and shit. And I was like, bro, I went to your page. I started looking at him, like, start cracking up. I'm like, oh, shit. And I told him, I was like, bro, he's funny as fuck. I was like, you know him? Yeah, it's the homie. I was like, man. And I was a little intimidated at first because I'm like, all right, I want to add like some comedic timing in here. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was like, yeah, he a professional, bro. You really don't even have to do too much. Like, he'll just improv that shit. And I was like, I mean, I'm gonna do whatever, but like whatever he want to do, I'm gonna just go ahead, bro. Like you got it, you know what I mean?
That
So
shit's
that's why,
so
like,
funny.
yeah, bro, yeah. That's how that whole role came up. And then
Bro,
at first
that
it
shit
went
was
from yeah, bro. At first it went from security guard at the rink, and then he was like, "No, we gotta add more. We gotta add him in more." Because I think it was after the table reads we had, and he was killing it, and he was like, "No, we gotta add him in like some more." He's like, "What if we do like security guard at the rink and the school?" So it'd be like, "Damn, you here and over there." That's
bro.
how that came up. And I don't even think
That
I
shit's
wrote
so
any
damn
lines for you at the school. That was just all improv.
bro. That shit was. But see, nobody understands. Like even for an improviser to improv, the shell has to be set. Like I can't just come into on camera and just improv. Like characters have to be, you know what I'm saying, developed. The scene has to be set. The tone has to be set in order for me to come and make it funny. Can't make something funny if it ain't already a tone set. So it's like y'all was doing a shit that, you know what I'm saying, people would do for me at Second City or you know what I'm saying, the people doing SNL. You oop a motherfucker. You set them up for greatness. And like, Joe, that shit was such a thing. Like I remember the AD Brittany, she's so fucking amazing. She tapped me and she was like, so you be thinking this thing, because I was frying people. And she was like, so you be thinking that shit and just don't say nothing. And then if you need to, you say it. And I was like, oh, I'm exposed. And everybody was looking like, this nigga been thinking that about. Cause she was like, how long
Yeah.
have you been thinking that he looked like Chris Brown Pitbull? And I was like,
Oh my gosh, bro. Cause I saw the behind the scenes. Somebody was recording it. When you said that to Vel, bro, my gosh, bro, I was dying laughing. I was fucking dead. Like when you talking about when they was coming into the rink, right?
yeah, bro,
Yeah,
that
bro,
scene
I was
of like me
dying.
patting them down and shit, bro, that's some shit
Funny.
straight out of like the Friday trilogy. That's some shit straight out of a Rush Hour trilogy. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not the type to toot my own horn, but I'm just like, fuck, bro. The way that this shit was set up was perfect. It was perfect. I talk shit already, so for you to bring me in as a security guard that's talking shit and I'm front,
Yeah.
oh, bro, y'all don't even understand. When I tell people what my role was, I'm like, yo, I gotta see this shit. Ooh, I know you cooked his ass. I need to see this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, y'all did y'all big one, bro. I can't wait for that fucking. I can't wait to see the movie, bro. That shit for the. Oh, y'all for that the hood buzzing. Y'all gonna have the hood buzzing.
I hope so, man. It'll be out soon. I just talked to J Rock the other day. So
Man, I wanted to just put a date on it so I can put that motherfucker right there on my calendar. I'm gonna start that motherfucker. I can't wait. Boy, I can't
bro,
wait. No, that's
trust
that's
me,
because
me
that's
too.
honestly, I think one of my funniest roles. Like I did a movie out in Hollywood in like 2019, but that's because of the pandemic. It ain't dropped on one of those streaming services until like fucking 2022 or some shit, bro. Like 2021. Like, it
Mm.
was a long ass time, and it was some funny ass scenes in there. The scenes that I did with y'all though, bro. I also try to keep it cool, but I want that shit in my reel. I need that in my reel. That was fire to cook.
Yeah.
Cause I'm machine gunning motherfucker. I'm going through. Yeah, I need
Right
that
down
on
the
camera.
line.
Yeah, motherfucker. They don't be thinking that shit real. And then they see it, they're like, oh my God, what did you go through to be able to say these things about people?
Hell yeah.
Man, but
Hell
I
yeah.
I
Well,
definitely appreciate y'all for looking out for me, Joe. Even with this podcast, brother, I appreciate you, what I'm saying, inviting me in here, showing love, Joe. You know what I mean? Cause this was one of the ones, bro. I appreciate you.
nah, I appreciate you, coming on here, man. And I know you a busy man. I know
Man,
you
bro.
host a lot of shows, you do a lot of shows, and you got your own podcast too.
I know,
So I
bro.
mean,
So my production company is I might have to make another company, bro, because we do the podcast Beyond Bars. We looking to gear up for another season of that. I got a meeting about that tomorrow. But then we also do Ask a Comedian. You should come up to that. That's a live event where we bring in comedians. They perform stand up, and then you all get to anonymously submit questions with a QR code, and they answer the questions
sure.
live on stage. So if you be like, Joe, where you get them shoes from? Them shit's ugly. They gonna tell you, and their feelings might be a little hurt, but it's a fun ass experience, bro. We're actually doing a pop up, um, not at Second City, but in that building there's a theater
Mhm.
called Donnie Skybox at the top floor. That's where we're gonna be at. We're doing a pop up every Friday in June. We're gonna be there, and then other than that, every third Friday at Lincoln Live. So that's something else my production company do. We also create content, like I said, social media. If anybody watching this, you're like, yo, I need social media help for my business organization, let us know. We provide that. I do mascot work as well. So, man, bro,
Mascot work.
yes, that is one of my secrets. That's why my energy be so crazy, because I have to do crazy shit without talking. So now that I get to talk, I'm gonna turn this motherfucker up.
No, hell no. I didn't know you do no mascots.
Bro, when people see me do mascot work, they are in disbelief, because with mascot, it's a lot of body humor. And so,
Mm,
yeah, I got energy, but you don't see me dance. You don't see me, what I'm saying, do
yeah.
certain things that a mascot would do. So when people see me in a mascot, so they're like, get the fuck out of here. Take the head off. I need to see it. I need to see the because they be in.
Oh, hell nah. I can see that too, man, because you're fucking hilarious.
I
And so I can only
appreciate
imagine
that.
what the fuck you do without even talking. You know what I
Man,
mean? Like, you
bro.
probably just do the most.
And honestly, like, to your point, bro, I'm hoping to so that the world can like read my shit. You know what I mean? Like, I want to make screenplays that are so funny. Like, for example, I got a client down in Texas, in Dallas, and she once messaged the executive producer, like, I can tell Kyrie wrote this joke. And that was what the fuck I needed. As a writer, it feels so fucking good for somebody to read words and say, this, the way you did that, Kyrie does that.
Recognize it,
Bro,
yeah.
that shit, I'm getting goosebumps now, because you know how this is, bro. That mean a lot. That's like hearing a joke
Yeah.
and saying, that's something Kyrie would say. And it really is. It's like, oh my God, you know my style. I
Hell
have a
yeah.
style.
That's man, and that's when that's when you know you made it, bro. If you can read something that you're the first person they think of, bro, that's like the biggest compliment you can get.
Real shit.
That's
Real talk.
huge.
I gotta tell her that, because that shit, I read that shit. I'm like, man, this lady trying to make me cry, this motherfucker. I told niggas I could write.
I appreciate you again, bro, doing this, and I look forward to everything you got. And I'm gonna make it out there, bro. Like to the things, cause I be seeing them in the chat, but it be on days that I gotta work and
You be
shit,
working the
so I can't
weekends?
make it out there.
Yeah, Joe, we
Not on
gotta
the
get.
weekends. Sometimes I be having my daughter.
Yeah. No. The beauty is it's every Friday. So any Friday you pick that work for you, we're gonna be in there rocking out. So
Shit, every Friday.
yeah, every Friday we're gonna be at in the building of Second City, but not with Second City. We're gonna be top floor, Donnie Skybox every Friday in June. So we're not with Second City, we're just in the building.
I almost went to school there, low key.
Man, you would have had a fucking ball depending on when you would have went.
This was back in probably like 2016, 2017.
Yeah, you would have bumped into me. That was
Damn.
when that motherfucker was rocking.
Yeah.
If
Damn.
you said 2016, I started fucking around like 2013, and I started doing other shit around like 2016. Boy, that motherfucker, that's when Chris Red, Cecily Strong, Sheeta, everybody was still here in the city before SNL had grabbed them.
Yeah.
Boy, what the fuck? Dwayne Perkins was still around more. Fucking Lisa Beasley. Oh my God. Second
Shit.
City used to be bussing. I used to be so fucking broke and scared of these funny motherfuckers because be in the green room with them. I'm like, these niggas really know. They gonna blow. And the motherfuckers really blew. That's
You know
so
what's crazy? I
crazy.
ended up going to Columbia.
Oh yeah, that's where you're supposed to go.
Straight.
Shit,
Hell yeah.
they got a fucking Second City program or like sub program or whatever. Hey,
Yep.
I'm not gonna lie, I actually got to chop with you because I'm trying to take some writing courses up there. I want to just get my resume crazy, Joe. You know they like Columbia
Yeah.
on your resume and shit.
Hell yeah, bro. I'll be
I'm for
putting it
going
on
there
there.
and grab a couple classes, Joe. I need that real quick.
Bro, it's the best school ever, bro.
On some
Best school
creative shit,
ever.
I don't see a school better than that, Joe, because of the type of
And there's
creatives
not.
that's coming through there. He said it's not.
It's not, bro. Tell
Shit,
you
a couple of the
that's the spot.
OGs from the Bob Curry. So I'm a part of the Bob Curry Fellow this year. Some OGs from years before be teaching there. I'm like, hey, get me in that bitch. They Kyrie, you don't need this. Just the fuck I do. Get me there. I want to learn forever, my nigga.
Hell yeah. That's the
They
best
like,
spot to do it, bro. Man, I had so much fun there. And it was crazy because I think the year I went there, they had just opened up some new buildings and shit. So everything was like brand new and everything, everything downtown. So it was like, bro, it was love. It was the best shit ever.
I ain't gonna
And I
lie.
love it because it's not like a regular school, bro. It's just like because I went for filmmaking. And during the process, bro, they teach you the whole step, like the whole step from,
Shitting and
because we had
stuff
to
and
do
get
like
money for it.
bro, and they even go through like how to get permits and shit like that, like from the city, bro, everything. Like
I ain't gonna lie,
you
that
going to
shit
court,
raw.
you gotta do this, like, and you gotta go out and do the shit. Like if you're gonna shoot out in the city, you gotta get permits. That's how you do it. But like everything, bro, I love that fucking school.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't wait till I start fucking around in that, bro. Cause like I said, I done took courses at Second City, Right Citizen Brigade out there in LA. But like, shit, for me, I never want to stop. Shit, I don't give a fuck if I'm working on characters, this work. I technically never need to stop learning. And so shit, I'm definitely all in on them because I like what they got going on over there. Plus, I don't work with a few directors and writers from over there now. And I'm like, yeah, I'm a fan. I'm a fan. You ever seen somebody stupid? You're like, fuck, I'll never go to that school, but y'all lit, so I go to that school.
Nah, Columbia is lit, bro. I fucking love that school.
I definitely appreciate you having me on again, man. Definitely let me know what time or when you want to do another one.
Thanks so much for listening to the Spark Moment podcast. If this episode inspired you, make sure to follow the show so you don't miss a single spark. I'd love to hear what your spark moment was. You can share it with me on Instagram at the Spark Moment Podcast or tag the show in your stories. And if you enjoyed today's conversation, please leave a rating and review. It really helps more people discover these stories. Until next time, keep chasing that spark.